Can your trading strategy actually be automated? So in this short video, we're going to talk about this. So let's get right into it. Most traders believe their edge is in their rules. So most traders believe that their strategy cannot be automated, and it's resistance, it's support, it's a lot of intuition and those kind of things, which in most cases is wrong. So the real question is whether those rules or your strategy are precise enough for a machine to follow, right? At Nexus Ledger, we've worked with dozens of discretionary traders attempting to make the leap to full automation, and the single biggest obstacle is almost never technology, right? It's not that it can't be coded, it's actually clarity, right? So you need to tell us that what exactly your strategy is. You need to explain the rules and everything. So this guide walks you through the 5 critical dimensions of strategy automation readiness, which is rule clarity, risk logic, execution requirements, the hard limits of automation, and a final assessment, self-assessment checklist. So by the end of the video, you will know exactly where you stand and if that can be automated or not. So first of all, we're going to talk about rule clarity. So I'm just going to give you a brief summary of rule clarity, and also you can download this PDF if you want. You can just comment down below and I will give you the link. Okay, so the rule clarity is basically the first gate for every strategy that it must pass. So in very simple terms, it means, are you 100% clear enough what exactly your strategy is and how it works? Okay. Automation begins with a deceptively simple question, that is, can you write your rules down in a way that leaves zero room for interpretation? A machine has no intuition, right? We all know that. So it cannot feel that a breakout looks weak or decide that today's macro environment makes the setup less compelling, and etc. Every condition must be expressed in precise binary and testable logic. For example, like if X is true, Y is true, then do Z, right? So the most common failure mode Nexus Ledger encounters is what we call soft language. Phrases like when momentum is strong or if price is near resistance. Like we ask clients, what do you mean by resistance, right? You have to define exactly. Do you mean by resistance is swing high, or do you mean the daily high, or whatever it is? You need to tell us exactly what do you mean by resistance, support, or your strategy, everything, right? So that's what we ask for our clients to tell us exactly. So this is what rule clarity basically is. It is simply that you need to be clear enough on how your strategy works and what are the rules and everything related to it. Okay, so what a good rule looks like is a well-specified rule has a trigger, so the precise condition it enters the market, a confirmation if you have one, and a time constraint, when it's valid and when it's not valid, and an invalidation as well. So when does the setup fail, so you get out of the market. So if any of those 4 elements is vague or absent, your rule is not automation ready yet. So the good news is that most rules can be sharpened and can be able to automate. So it simply takes honest, methodical work to get there. So you can also ask these questions to yourself to get to know more better if you have that rule clarity. So now let's just get to the second part. So risk logic and execution, where most automations break down. So even when entry and exit rules are well defined, 2 deeper layers of complexity remain still, which is how the strategy manages risk on a trade by trade and portfolio basis, and how its orders interact with the real market. So both are frequently underestimated, and both can, to be honest, silently destroy a strategy's edge if handled wrongly in an automated system. So things like position sizing logic, stop and target placement, execution and latency, like for example, which VPS are you using, which cloud platform are you putting your strategy on and running it 24/7, those kind of things. So yeah, this is what this part of the slide is. I'm not going to go into every single detail, but I'm just giving you the overview, and whoever is watching my video, I know that probably would already know what trading is, so we don't need to get to the basics. Okay, so let's just go. Sorry for that. That was my power bank. Okay, so let's go to the next part. So what cannot be automated and why that's not a weakness? So honest automation consulting requires acknowledging what machines generally cannot do. So there's a category of trading decision that depends on contextual judgment, or multi-source information synthesis and a real-time narrative interpretation that only, to be honest, a human can do, right? And attempting to force these into a rule-based system produces like dangerous bots that can create illusion in your trading strategy. So the goal is not to automate everything. The goal is to automate everything that should be automated and protect the discretionary layer that represents your true irreplaceable edge. Okay, so at Nextledger, we call this the hybrid architecture. So which means a system where the bot handles execution discipline, consistency, and speed, while the trader retains control over regime identification, news-driven overrides, or strategy level decisions, or like intuition, right? So just to put it very bluntly, I would say 95% of the strategies that traders have, it can be automated. What cannot be automated is something that is related to gut feeling or intuition or manual override, like overrideness, right? So those things cannot be automated. So bad for that. Okay, so let's get to the automation readiness checklist. So you have to use this checklist as your final self-assessment before engaging a development team like us. So if you can answer yes to the majority of these questions, your strategy is a strong candidate for automation. If several answers are no or not sure, that's not a reason to stop, but it's a map of the work that remains, right? So we need to work on that, and we can definitely work with you to get that strategy automated and to get those things in a clear rule that we can make the machine understand and be able to code that. So Nextledger can help you close every gap from rule formalization through to live deployment and ongoing monitoring as well. So you have these questions, you have to honestly answer these questions and these statements, and if most of them are like yes, then you're ready to go. If most of them are no or not sure, there still can be a room for improvement, and we can still make it automated. But 100% of strategies cannot be automated. That I'm gonna just say honestly. Okay, so Nextledger offers a complimentary strategy automation assessment. So if you want to know if your strategy can be automated, or if you already have a strategy and you know that it can be automated, you can just contact us on contact@nextledger.org, or just visit our website and just contact us here. So yeah, we do strategy audits, we do custom builds, we do live deployments, we do everything related to trading and automation and just getting things done. So thanks for watching this video, and if you like this video, just give a thumbs up and subscribe.